Hello students, let's continue the fourth chapter, and in this video we are going to discuss about a right issue of equity shares, meaning and features of book building, a rationale or reason for issue of shares through book building. So let's see what is right issue of equity shares. Once company makes an initial public offer IPO, it can make all subsequent issues only to the existing shareholders on a proportionate basis, and that issue is called right issue. So, initial public offer means first time company is going for issuing its shares to the public. After that, if company wants to issue again shares to the public, so first it is going to offer to the existing shareholders, and that shares are called right shares. The procedure involved in the right issue is similar to public issue. So the procedure we have discussed, so the same procedure will be following for the issue of right issue of equity shares. However, there are some distinct differences. That is, applications are sent to the existing shareholders. That means applicants are existing shareholders. The a person who has already purchased the shares of the company, and they know about the company. So as they already purchased the shares, so that they know about the company, they know about the details about the company. So there's no need to give detailed information to the applicants as in case of public issue. So in case of public issue, in case of a company issuing shares for the first time to the public, that time they need to give detailed information about the company, like year of existence, its profit, its future plans, where the head office is located, who is the CEO, who are the members. So all those things they need to inform to the public. But here already shareholders, they know about the company, no need to give such detailed information to them. Write applications or application forms sent directly to the addresses of the shareholders. Already they have the details of the shareholders, so the application forms are sent to the addresses of the shareholders. So this is different from public issue, with application forms are sent to bankers and bankers to the issue. So in case of public issue, where the application forms are sent to the bankers or bankers to the issue, but here in case of right issue, application forms are sent directly to the addresses of the shareholders. So holder has a right to apply for all the shares offered. He can also apply for the additional shares, and he also has the option to transfer or sell the right to third party. So he can accept all the shares offered to him, or if you want more shares to purchase, then he can what offer a company to purchase more shares, or if he doesn't want to purchase the shares, then he can transfer that right to purchase the shares to third person. So third person can purchase the right issue which is issued or which is made to shareholder. Thus, right issue should be kept open for a longer period of time. So, for this what procedure, for accepting or for rejecting or for transferring right issue, it takes a time. So, it should be kept open for longer period of time. All the financial intermediaries involved in public issue are there in case of right issue. So same intermediaries, financial intermediaries like merchant bankers, syndicate members, brokers, bankers. So all those intermediaries are involved in case of right issue. So only the brokers are not needed. Yeah, brokers are not needed because brokers are needed for creating demand for the shares, but here shares are issued to the existing shareholders, so no need of creating demand. So that's why brokers are not needed for right issue. So let's see about book building. So these are the things we discussed about right issue of equity shares. Then next concept is issuing shares through book building. So let's see what is book building. So SEBI Guidelines 2000 defines book building as a process undertaken by which a demand for the securities proposed to be issued by a body corporate is elicited and built up, and the price for such securities is assessed for the determination of quantum of such securities to be issued by means of a notice, circular, advertisement, document, or information memoranda or offer document. So this definition says that because of demand, or by assessing the demand, the price for the share and the quantities or the number of shares to be issued is determined by the investors. So it is a process by which quantity of shares to be issued is determined, the price at which shares are to be issued is determined. So who is going to decide? That is the qualified institutional buyers like mutual funds, in insurance companies. So these are called as qualified institutional investors. They will purchase the shares of the company in bulk. So company who is going for issuing shares through book building, they'll go for asking the price. So that price is called price band. So they are going to ask for the price to fix for the company's shares, because ultimate purchaser of the shares are these institutional buyers. So they are going to decide the price at which they want to purchase, and the quantity depending on the demand for the shares, quantity or the number of shares going to be issued, that is determined because of or by assessing the demand. Instead of the company or the merchant banker deciding these aspects, market mode is measured in order to make a successful offer at the highest possible price. Let's see the features of book building. First feature is quantity assessment, the number of shares to be issued so that company can get maximum price assessed and determined. In case of public issue, where share price is decided by the company, means face value or the issue price is going to be decided by the company. So if the share price is so high, then there is a chance of getting no demand for the shares. So to avoid this book building issue, here price are decided by the investors. So depending on the demand, depending on the offer for purchasing, company can decide how many number of shares they need to issue. So the quantity of issuing shares that can be decided. So larger quantity option may reduce the share premium. To avoid this, quantity assessed by collecting opinions of institutional buyers. Then second feature is price discovery. The investors given a choice to bid different quantities at different prices. As happens in case of public auction, investors bid at different prices. So investors, they have given a choice to fix the price for the shares. That means that they have given a chance to give their opinion about the, opinion in the sense the price which they want to at that price they want to purchase. So it is like auction. When you go for auctioning, you are going to say your own price for getting a particular thing. So here also you are going to, in case of book building also, here investor they are going to fix a price for purchasing a product, and that price is called price band. For example, 100 to 150, that is a price band. In between you are going to say what is a price which you want to purchase, so at which you want to purchase. So that is what the price at that price which is demanded by many investors, that is going to be decided, or that is going to be finalized for the share. Before public does this, the price preference of institutional investors is collected to determine the price band. Price band means So 100 to 150, this is a price band. In that a specific price from 100 to 150, it may be 110, 120. So like that, that is decided by the institutional investors. Institutional investors include mutual fund, insurance companies. So they are called institutional investors. So they are going to decide the price band. So price band is a range of price within which investors can bid for different quantities at different prices. Then third feature is documents. Instead of relying a single document called prospectus, as in uh, fixed price public offer, different documents can be used like notice, circular, information memorandum, red herring prospectus. So red herring prospectus means it is duplicate prospectus. Here prospectus will include all the information about the company except the price, because price will be decided later. That's why. So here many documents are need to be prepared: notice, circular, information memorandum, and red herring prospectus. The final prospectus is prepared after the allotment by including the issue price. So final prospectus is issued once the allotment is done, because price is going to be decided later, no, that's why. Then fourth feature is category. The issue can be divided into two categories, that is private placement portion and public placement portion. So private placement portion, it is the portion that is offered to syndicate members and to the institutional investors. Institutional investors like mutual fund, insurance companies, etc. And public issue, it is that portion which is offered to the public for bidding. So general public also, they can purchase shares through book building. Lead book running manager. So the main merchant banker is appointed as the lead book running manager. So main merchant bankers, if there are many merchant banker, the merchant banker who is appointed for the first, he is appointed as the lead book running manager. Other merchant bankers are called book runner. For collecting the bids on behalf of their customers, syndicate members are appointed. Syndicate members are those financial intermediaries who are eligible to appointed as underwriters. So in case of public issue, where underwriters are appointed, underwriters function is to guarantee minimum subscription. If minimum number of shares are not purchased by the public, then those shares are going to be purchased by the underwriter. So here syndicate member also is appointed for the same purpose. Then let's see the last concept in this video, that is rationale or reason for issue of shares to book building. First reason is institutional investors. The shares of the some of the fast growing companies may be readily purchased by qualified institutional buyers like mutual funds. So instead of going for a lengthy procedures through issuing through public issue, so some of the companies they go for book building process, because those companies the shares are always ready to purchase by the institutional investors. Issuing large blocks of shares through book building can reduce the issue expenses and subsequent administrative expenses like share transfer expenses. So the cost involved in issuing shares through book building is less as compared to public issue. Then second reason is legal compulsion. When issue size exceeds 5 times the pre-issue net worth of the company, the shares are to be issued only through book building. So this is a compulsion. When the issue size exceeds 5 times the pre-issue net worth of the company, that time they should go for book building issue. Then irrelevant quantum of finance. When the purpose of issue is to get the shares listed and not necessarily the finance needed for any project, book building is ideal. So the main reason of issuing shares is to list the shares in order to increase the number of shares in a stock exchange. That time they need not to go for issuing through public issue, so they can go for book building. By assessing the demand, the company can offer such quantity which can bring the highest share price. Shorter process of issue. Where funds are needed urgently, the process of allotment has to be completed quickly. Book building process can be selected. So the process and the time involved in issuing shares through book building, it is very less. So companies who need finance urgently, they can go for this. The actual time taken for issue of shares and allotment of shares is very short in book building process. Thank you. Let's continue this chapter in the upcoming videos.